Have you ever pondered about your ancestry or genetic heritage? It's a question that has intrigued humanity for centuries. In our quest to understand our roots, we've developed incredible tools that can decode the blueprints of life itself, the DNA. This double helix structure, much like a twisted ladder, holds the keys to our past, present, and future. Our DNA doesn't just tell us about our individual traits, but it also narrates the story of our ancestors. It's like a historical record, etched in the language of life, detailing the migrations, encounters, and unions of our forebears. And one such fascinating tale is that of English DNA. The genetic history of England is a rich tapestry, woven with threads from various populations that have settled, invaded, and mingled on this island nation over millennia. From the early Celts, the conquering Romans, the migrating Anglo-Saxons, to the seafaring Vikings and the invading Normans, each group has left an indelible mark on the English gene pool. Modern DNA testing has allowed us to peer into this complex genetic mosaic, revealing insights about the English population that were once hidden in the annals of time. It's a journey that traverses the breadth of history, geography, and genetics, offering a deeper understanding of what it means to be of English descent. So, let's delve into the fascinating journey of English DNA, starting from the earliest known populations. The story of English DNA commences with the earliest known populations. The rich tapestry of English heritage begins with the Celts, the ancient inhabitants of the British Isles. These early settlers left their indelible mark, not just on the lands but also on the genetic blueprint of the future generations. Following the Celts came the mighty Romans, in the 1st century AD. Their 400-year rule not only shaped the political landscape of Britain, but also introduced new genetic elements into the local population. However, the Roman influence was not to last. As their empire crumbled, new forces were already on the horizon. Enter the Anglo-Saxons and the Vikings, two groups that would leave a profound impact on English DNA. The Anglo-Saxons, hailing from present-day Germany and Denmark, began migrating to England in the 5th century. Their influence was so strong that even today, a significant percentage of English DNA can be traced back to these early Germanic tribes. The Vikings, seafaring warriors from Scandinavia, started their invasions in the late 8th century. While they're often remembered for their raids, they also settled and intermingled with the local populations, further diversifying the gene pool. Last, but certainly not least, came the Normans, a group of Vikings who settled in northern France and later invaded England in the 11th century. The Norman conquest brought significant cultural, political, and genetic changes, adding another layer to the evolving English DNA. Each of these groups, in their own unique way, contributed to the genetic mosaic that is the English population today. They mixed, merged, and mingled, passing on their genes to the subsequent generations. Over centuries, this amalgamation of diverse genetic materials has formed a complex and fascinating genetic profile, a testament to the historical ebb and flow of populations across the British Isles. These historical populations have laid the foundation for what we identify as English DNA today. Yet the story of English DNA is far from over. As we delve deeper into the past, we continue to uncover new layers of this intricate genetic tapestry, each thread adding to our understanding of who the English really are. But what exactly constitutes English DNA? That's a question that has intrigued historians, geneticists, and everyday people alike. You see, our DNA tells a story. It's like a historical record, written in the language of life itself. And for those of English descent, it's a tale of movement, conquest, and cultural blending. Let's dive into the genetic pool, shall we? DNA tests have become an accessible tool for unraveling our ancestry. Companies like Ancestry DNA and 23andMe have compiled a wealth of data, shedding light on the genetic makeup of the English people. And what do these tests reveal? Well, they show us that the English carry a mix of genetic markers. These are like signposts pointing to different ancestral groups: the Celts, the Romans, the Anglo-Saxons, the Vikings, and the Normans. Each of these populations left their genetic signature in the English DNA, contributing to the unique blend we see today. But here's the fascinating part. No two people's DNA are exactly alike. Even among the English, there's a broad spectrum of genetic variation. Some might have a stronger Viking signature, others more Roman or Celtic. It's this diversity that makes English DNA so intriguing. In essence, English DNA is a rich tapestry woven with threads from various ancestral groups. It's a blend that reflects the country's vibrant history, the comings and goings of different peoples, and the cultural exchanges that have shaped England over the centuries. Thus, English DNA is a rich tapestry, a blend that reflects the country's vibrant history. Interestingly, English DNA isn't uniform across the country. England, though small in size, boasts a rich tapestry of genetic variations. These variations are not just random anomalies, rather they are a testament to the country's vibrant history, marked by invasions, migrations, and cultural exchanges. In the northern parts of England, for instance, we see a greater prevalence of Viking DNA. This mirrors the historical period when Vikings from Scandinavia established settlements in these regions. Their genetic imprint is still visible today, with a higher percentage of residents carrying Viking-associated genetic markers. In contrast, the southern regions of England show a stronger genetic influence from the Normans. The Norman conquest in the 11th century left an indelible mark not just on England's culture and language but also on its genetic makeup. These regional genetic differences also extend to the Celtic fringes of England, where Cornish and Cumbrian populations retain distinct genetic signatures. However, it's not just invasions that have shaped England's genetic landscape. Patterns of internal migration, social structures, and even historical events like industrialization have played a part in creating the complex mosaic of English DNA. These regional variations add another layer of complexity to our understanding of English DNA. Each region, each town, each village has its own story to tell, woven into the very DNA of its people. And as we delve deeper into these stories, we gain a richer understanding of what it truly means to be English. Migration, both ancient and recent, plays a crucial role in shaping English DNA. Let's journey back to the time of the British Empire, which spanned from the late 16th century to the early 20th century. This period was marked by extensive exploration, colonization, and migration. As people moved to and from the British Isles, they carried their unique genetic markers with them, adding new threads to the tapestry of English DNA. In the more recent past, the end of World War II saw an influx of immigrants from the Commonwealth countries, including India, Pakistan, and the Caribbean. These migrants contributed significantly to the diversity of English DNA. Fast forward to the present day, and we see the continued influence of migration on English genetics. Thanks to globalization, people from all corners of the world now call England home. This mixing of cultures and ethnicities also means the mixing of genes, further expanding the genetic landscape of the English population. In essence, English DNA is a living testament to the country's rich and diverse history. It's a melting pot of genes, reflecting centuries of migration and intermingling of communities. It tells the story of a nation that has been continually evolving, shaped by the ebb and flow of people across its borders. Migration, therefore, is a key player in the ongoing evolution of English DNA. So, where does this leave us in terms of understanding English DNA? The story of English DNA is much like a woven tapestry, each thread representing a different chapter of history, cultural influence, and ancestry. It's not just about the past, but also the present and future. DNA shapes personal and national identity, offering a unique lens through which to view one's heritage. For English people, DNA results might reveal a rich tapestry of Celtic, Roman, Anglo-Saxon, Viking, and Norman ancestry, among others, but the story doesn't end there. It's also about understanding the continuing evolution of English DNA. With each passing generation, new threads are added to the tapestry, each one bringing its own unique contribution. In the modern era, migration and globalization continue to shape and reshape the English gene pool, adding an even more diverse array of threads to the mix. Looking into the future, the field of genetics continues to evolve at an unprecedented pace. Cutting-edge research and emerging fields like epigenetics are continually adding to our understanding of heritage. These advancements might help to further unravel the complex story of English DNA, offering even deeper insights into the country's rich genetic history. And as we move forward, the DNA tapestry will continue to evolve, shaped by the ebb and flow of history, cultural exchanges, and scientific advancements. In essence, every English person carries within them a living testament to the country's past, a unique snapshot of the present, and a blueprint for the future. So, the next time you gaze into a mirror, remember that you're not just looking at yourself. You're looking at the culmination of thousands of years of history, culture, migration, and evolution. You're looking at a story that is continually being written, shaped by the past, influenced by the present, and reaching into the future. English DNA, much like the country itself, is a fascinating blend of the past, present, and future,